the show today. Settle in and take a load off. Seth Green is here live to give us the latest on Robot Chicken and Comic-Con. Then Matt Myra gets his mitts on the Acer Iconia Tab. Is it a 5 out of 5? We'll find out in Gadget Prawn. Plus, Jessica Chobot interrogates the cast of the new Oliver Stone flick Savages, including Selma Hayek, Benicio del Toro, and the one and only John Travolta.
You stabbed a federal agent!
And we go behind the scenes with Candace Bailey to check out the making of the video game Sudden Attack. Hold on to your butts! Attack starts in 3, 2, 1, go!
Disaster, Paul Shear.
Yes, you are, Paul Shear.
Thank you very much.
And I am the mistress of distress.
I like that. I like that
Candace
very
Bailey.
much.
Thanks, I just came up with it off the top of my head just right now.
Very nice.
We're coming to you live. How was your 4th?
You know what? I don't like a 4th on a Wednesday. Because, yeah, right?
4th on a Wednesday sucks.
It's like you're having 2 Mondays in the week. You gotta come back again. I didn't want to come back to work.
Well, it's like an extra day off, but it's like a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you can't drink too much because you gotta come to work the next day.
Why does the 4th need to be on the 4th?
I
mean,
don't think
let's just move it, right?
I think it should always be a Thursday or Friday.
I think
and you
you're
get
right.
a long weekend. I think we should
That's
make
what the people wanted when they made the Constitution, for us to have a big weekend.
Well, for real.
What did you do yesterday?
Well, I just bought a house recently.
Ooh, exciting.
Thanks. And so we had some people over, we had some food and drinks, and then for the fireworks, we went up to the roof, but we had to crawl through the attic crawl space to get up there.
You
It was a little scary.
You did it like Saved by the Bell style, just climbing out the window. It's nice.
We did. But it was awesome. We had a 360-degree view of all of the fireworks, and they were going off for hours. I never knew so many people
did you see the one that went
fireworks.
like, psh, or did you see the one that went, psh?
I saw a lot of disappointments. The ones where they start off really great and then they just do nothing. And you're like, oh, that was a bummer. But then you'll see the ones that start off and barely do anything and then they're just explosions.
Ooh, very high.
The white ones that fall like this, those are my favorite.
I just heard a lot of dogs barking all night long. That's all I heard.
All night. Let's run down the top things on the web, shall we?
Yes, I think it's time to go around the net.
July is a holiday in which Americans celebrate their independence.
And the 5th of July is a holiday in which we can celebrate this.
Looked like it caught on a little bit of fire.
You know what? Then that means it's working. I never want to see anything besides that. But I did think it was interesting. I feel like the Boston Pops really downsized this year.
That's what happens when you cut funding for the arts. Unfortunately.
What I really love about that video is it offends all the special interest groups. You got PETA, fire safety groups, Appalachian Education Society, the Foundation for the Preservation of White Man's Junk.
Absolutely
super
that.
pissed, yeah.
Of course that, most
I'm a proud
importantly.
member.
And now, an important message about bullying. You shouldn't do it.
Why? Because abusing another human being is inherently unethical?
No, not that.
Oh.
Now, have you ever been teased? Well, take a look at this next one.
Hey, Jason, playing those little sissy games, your mommy won't even let you leave the front yard. Did you
villain only cared about saving dogs. But including her otherworldly ode to Invisible Guardian's Angel, here gives us an important lesson, that they can't be everywhere at all times.
Yeah, I think the real message of this video is stay out of the street, okay? You know, picking a place to bully is just as important as picking who you're gonna bully. I mean, Sun Tzu said it best, right? What's up? And by the way, for a group of bullies, that biker gang was pretty diverse, right? Look at these guys over here.
Such a diverse group.
A little rainbow in there. They're just missing one transgender person, that's it.
And they're not even riding their bikes.
No, yeah,
They're
they're too
just
cool
pushing
for
them
that.
along. Oh, now everyone knows that the sultry groove of Seal's Kiss from a Rose is all a person needs to get in the mood.
But just to be clear, we're talking about people. Just people, okay?
There used to be a great tower on the sea. You became a light on the dark side of me. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave.
That poor cat.
I mean, where do people ever get the idea that cat owners are depressed?
No. And now we know why Seal's face is all messed up.
Too soon! Too soon! Not soon enough. And now an important message about drugs. They're awesome!
But they can get you into trouble.
Do you like your Oliver Stone movies loaded with drugs and violence? Then check out Savages. An action thriller where two high-class drug dealers have their stash and their girlfriend jacked by a drug cartel.
You know what? I'm out of here.
As an actor, being in an Oliver Stone movie is very much a blessing, but it's also a lot of hard work. So what did you guys find to be the most challenging?
You know, Stone just drives you to that place that you don't think you can reach, so.
And I think it's really kind of the cliche of what you put in is what you get out.
Yeah.
And he gives you that opportunity and facilitates it. And that's really what it boils down to with in this experience.
Names, history, stash houses. That ain't part of the deal, buddy boy.
It is now.
He has an expectancy level of you that is really high, but there's a bit of a margin where he's expecting you to give the thing that you do that's unique from another actor. But you don't know what that is yet because you're discovering it with him.
Just a matter of time, guys, before they legalize it. I mean, I'd take the deal instead of decapitation.
We had DEA people, a guy who was been in the DEA 30 years, counseled us. We had, he brought in some people. We also went to Mexico, Benicio and I, to talk to some heavies down there.
Is everything all right?
Yes, Motherina. What you ask?
How much fun was it bossing around the guys?
Well, you know, it was a lot of fun. I wish they would have listened to me better.
She comes in and she'll straighten everything up and she'll go like... Yeah, she's nice.
A little scary?
Yeah,
but scary in a good way.
In a good way.
In a bad way, too.
In a bad way, too.
Yeah, I remember some stories.
Feel free to share.
I made you. I did.
We built a grow-up itself in the film that's totally synthetic product. I mean, we couldn't use anything real.
Now, I heard, though, that the prop department did such a good job making them look real that some of the cast actually went over and sniffed at them.
Sure, why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, it depends on my day that I'm having,
Probably some cast tried to smoke it, too. I don't know.
I didn't work with marijuana plants around. I did have joints and movie cocaine.
What is movie cocaine?
It's some weird sugar or something that you put up your nose and it
is that
sticks to
healthy?
the back of your throat. No, it doesn't have any caffeine, no nothing.
Oh, no, I mean...
Nothing beneficial or whatever you want to call it.
Ugh.
A successful pot racket, flashy cars, and one smoking hot girlfriend to rescue from the clutches of Selma Hayek. Savages. It's like a Cheech and Chong movie gone horribly wrong.
All right, Oliver Stone. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Thanks, Jessica, and thanks, Savages. Now let's talk some real talk. Look, Zombies are the new hotness. They're entertaining you on your TV. They're eating people's faces in Miami. They're serving in the Senate. Yikes. And for $75, they're even chasing folks at Comic-Con at a zombie run in Petco Park. But now, one visionary is hoping that zombies can save Detroit. An entrepreneur named Mark Seawack has proposed turning a decrepit and long-abandoned portion of the cash-strapped city into a zombie theme park called Z-World Detroit. Yeah. Mostly because it looks like the apocalypse already happened there. This is the only city where zombies are a sign of gentrification. Seawalk is trying to raise $145,000 on Indiegogo to get the project off the ground, but I have a few questions. First of all, can you tell me where the theme park ends and Detroit begins? Because I can't, all right? And will the employees use bath salts? And if they eat my face, is my face refundable? And do you really need the money to build a theme park? Because you can go to Detroit right now and be terrified. But this horror theme park gave me an idea for my own project. I'm going to start a Kickstarter for Piranha 3D live at Lake Havasu City. That's right. I'm releasing man-eating piranhas into Lake Havasu just in time for Spring Break 2013. That's right. People can risk their lives while seeing some blood and some boobies. And if you're worried about how the piranhas will affect Lake Havasu's ecology, don't worry. They don't eat used condoms. That's actually the slogan of Lake Havasu. I know we all just spent yesterday celebrating how great our country is, but not everything America does is top-notch. For example, have you seen the official pictures of our Olympians? Yeah, BuzzFeed highlighted these photos, and basically they make our athletes look like murderers in a Dateline whodunit. Oh, hi, women's gymnast Gabby Douglas, or Spider-Man villain Venom, I can't tell which. And look at this. Even North Koreans aren't posed on torn paper. Come on, guys. Get some Photoshop in there. Rip a new sheet of paper. Here's Michael Phelps just before he turned evil and did the butterfly stroke through his opponent's blood. And I wonder what this guy plays. Could it be shot put? I don't know. Good luck to our athletes going to London. But next year, get your photographer from someplace else other than Craigslist. I got a question for you. Are you suspecting that you're having your rights violated by American law enforcement? Yes. Well, guess what? Hey, there's an app for that. That's right. The American Civil Liberties Union of New Jersey just released a brand new app for Android phones called Police Tape. An iPhone version is coming later this month, which is fine because most iPhone users are too busy playing Angry Birds to engage in civil disobedience. The app includes a list of basic rights citizens have when dealing with the police, but by far the best features are its recording options. Police Tape can record your encounters with Johnny 5-0 in video or audio while the screen is totally blacked out. And if one of the boys in blue decides to confiscate your phone, the app automatically stores a backup version of the recording on ACLU's servers. So this is an excellent tool to help you fight injustice and keep the law enforcement in check. But America, please remember the difference between actual injustices and casual annoyances. You know, like when the cable company bills you twice for renting Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hummer. Which you totally did not watch twice. I mean, maybe you did. I don't, things were blurry. I mean, 24 hours? How was I supposed to get through it in 24 hours? I want to watch it again and again. Oh, he hums so good. Of course, you know, and other things like this as well.
That you're supposed to be here to protect me. What are we protecting you from? A wrong cheeseburger?
Yeah, not that. Now, this is good. I like this app a lot, but I think we can do better. Look, I am no appsmith, but I have a few suggestions for the next version of Police Tape. How about an automatic meme generator, right? Now you can get worked over by the cops and become an internet star at the same time. All right? And after the break, I'll talk to the New Jersey ACLU about their Police Tape app. So, stick around. Please welcome the Policy Counsel for the ACLU of New Jersey, Alexander Shalom. Now, before the break, we were talking a little bit about this brand new app, Police Tape. Can you tell us a little bit about what this does?
So like you said, the simplest thing it does is it informs citizens of their rights when they're interacting with the police. So whether they're on the street or in a car or at their home or even being arrested, it tells them how they should act. But more interestingly is it allows you to either videotape or audio tape your interaction with the police. And it does it discreetly, surreptitiously. So if you're videotaping, the screen goes to black. If you're audio taping, the app just minimizes, so it looks like nothing's happening. And that prevents the police from stopping you from taping them.
Now, this is New Jersey is one of the few states that allows you to do this, right?
So states have different laws on wiretapping. It's our view at the ACLU of New Jersey that the Constitution protects people's rights to videotape police officers in public. But we are advocates, we're not judges, and so people need to check with their states, because different states do have different wiretapping laws, and there are two-party consent states and there are two-party notification states. New Jersey is a one-party consent state, so it's clearly acceptable to do it in New Jersey.
So you can make crank phone calls and bust cops who are
all you want. Absolutely.
So if it's legal to record the police in your state and they can, but if they push back, I mean, if they seize your recording device, then they intimidate another person. Like, have you ever heard of an instance where a cop has intimidated somebody?
We've seen all sorts of things happen. So this is one of the places where there's a disconnect between what your constitutional rights are and what police think your constitutional rights are. So we've litigated cases and we've got involved in lots of cases where police have either confiscated cell phones, destroyed cell phones, pushed them out of the way, or simply ordered people to stop taping when the police don't actually have a justification for doing so.
Got it. Now, your app also sends a copy of the recording to your offices for review. So I imagine people testing it out. Are you getting a lot of junk things in your mail right now?
There's been a lot of test 1, 2, and some things even less kosher than that.
Well, I'm sure the cast of the Jersey Shore are very excited to have this app. You're going to be hearing from Snooki a lot.
I think so. I think so.
So this is the second ACLU app following the Stop and Frisk app released by the ACLU last month. And is this like a new initiative to keep up with the times a little bit?
It's not a new initiative, but we're always trying to find ways to use technology to protect citizens' rights, to ensure police accountability. And, you know, people have been videotaping police for a long time. We all have images of, Bull Connor turning police dogs on peaceful protesters, or LAPD cops beating Rodney King. The difference was back then very few people had video cameras. Now everyone's walking around with one in their pocket. And so it really gives us a chance to bring police accountability into the 21st century.
So now who do you recommend should have this app? Is it an everybody app? Because you never know when you'll either see somebody being abused or you yourself will get abused.
Right. I mean, I think that's right. Again, we want people to use their common sense here. So first of all, we want them to check what the law is in their state to make sure they're not going to get themselves into trouble.
Got it.
But also, we want, when police come out at you with guns a-blazing is probably not the best time to pull out your cell phone and start taping.
You get some pretty sweet shots.
So we want people
though.
to be smart about it.
Right.
But to the extent they could do so safely, yeah, we think it's a really good check on government power, on police abuse.
And I was reading somewhere that said that a lot of seasonal cops are in New Jersey, and those cops seem to be a little bit maybe rougher with people that are either visiting, or maybe even a simple drunken disorderly can get a little bit more out of hand. Is that true?
That's right. We've had some bad experiences with the seasonal police officers who tend to be less well-trained, and they kind of feel like, hey, why are you taping me? I'm just trying to do my job. And if they haven't been trained, it might be counterintuitive to realize that there's a constitutional right to record the behavior of government in public. And that's what police are, government.
So basically, you're giving the power back to the people. Like, if you see something, say something, and then you're going to be there to make sure that if they see something that is wrong, that they'll be held accountable for it.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I love it. The app is available for Android, and it will be on the iPhone soon, right?
That's the hope, and it's free, completely free.
I love that. All right, that's a great price. So thanks to Alexander Shalom from the New Jersey ACLU. And now over to Candace.
Thank you, Paul. I was locked in a gas chamber while making my video game. Here's a look at Sudden Attack. Hey, y'all, I am at a giant warehouse in downtown LA shooting scenes for the trailer of Nexon's video game Sudden Attack. Come on in, I'm going to show you around.
Nexon is coming out with an expansion pack for Sudden Attack.
Sudden Attack is a classic first-person shooter.
They actually have Candace Bailey in the game, and she's also inside a poison gas chamber, and your mission is to rescue her.
It's a free-to-play online game. It has a large, fun fan base. You'll always find people to play with when you jump in.
So we're doing a live-action version of that, and then you can actually play this promo, this commercial, in the game.
The character in the game is me. It looks exactly like me. It's awesome. Except for, obviously, it has bigger boobs and maybe bigger butt.
Indie personality Candace Bailey was kidnapped today outside of her studio in Hollywood.
I was walking to my car after I changed into my little dress for a premiere that I'm going to, and I dropped my keys. Been over to pick them up, got kidnapped. Don't drop your keys ever. It's a lesson learned.
So today we're shooting a scene where Candace Bailey is kidnapped and she's locked up in this poison gas chamber, and she's awaiting her rescue. There's like a group of special forces guys coming in to rescue her, and we have these like terrorist guys like standing guard waiting for them.
Thanks for coming by, you guys. I've been in here for a really long time. I think they might have forgotten about me. Do you think you could do me a favor and maybe help me get out of here? Guys? I love it! You can play Sudden Attack for free at suddenattack.nexon.net. But right now, it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Thursday, July 5th, and here are your top stories. You know those rumors about a bigger iPhone 5? Yeah. Well, similar gossip has just emerged over Apple's future tablets. Rumor has it we can expect a smaller screen on the new iPad. Word dropped today after Apple's component suppliers revealed they're preparing for mass production of a tablet with a screen smaller than 8 inches. Screens for all iPad generations have consistently measured almost 10 inches, making this downsize the first adjustment of the iPad's display since its release in 2010. Now the news begs the question, when will the new iPad's launch date be revealed? Come on, Apple! Why does everything have to be so secretive with you guys? We have lots of money to give you, we promise. No, it didn't work. Okay, I guess we'll wait. For 13 years, Coachella has served as home to thousands of dirty music lovers. But now the music festival itself may be in search of a new home. The festival's promoters have threatened to leave the city of Indio in Southern California because of a proposed ticket tax from the city that would take effect in 2014. That tax hasn't even been put on a ballot yet, but it may be the proverbial straw that broke the concert promoters' back. A series of text messages uncovered by the Palm Springs Desert Sun indicate Golden Voice has been looking for reasons to move for quite some time now. But no matter where Coachella ends up next year, this much will always remain true. The bottled water will be at least $30 a pop. Sorry, it's the truth. The 4th of July wasn't the only event celebrated yesterday. You want to know what else was celebrated? Well, let me tell you. Physicists threw their own little party over at the Higgs boson discovery at the fabled God particle. Well, all but one anyway. Stephen Hawking lost $100 in a bet over the discovery. That's right, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist bet against Peter Higgs, saying the particle would not be found. Of course, his gamble was made on sound science. Hawking reasoned Higgs would fail because, quote, the great advances from physicists have come from experiments that gave results we didn't expect. I don't know if that's what he sounded like at all, but that's my voice for him. Nonetheless. Okay. The iconic physicist was supportive in the end, saying Peter Higgs should win a Nobel Prize for the discovery. All right, Hawking, leave the gambling to Vegas and stick to simpler things, like theorems of gravitational singularities, general relativity, and radiation of black holes.
Yeah.
And in other news, Paul's show is coming back to Adult Swim. What? NTSF SD SUV will start an all-new season this August 7th. Take a look.
NTSF SD SUV accepts all women. Elderly, nerds, jocks, blondes, gingers, brides, grooms, Alaskan, mustaches, suspenders, IKEA work, Frankenstein, Ray Liotta, Precog, Cyclops, hobos, this guy, and Trent Hauser of NTSF SD SUV.
Love it.
Hey, that's just
a lot of punches.
It's 1/4 of all the punches you'll get this season. Just 1/4. Very
Something
small.
we can look forward to.
Yeah. So we're actually going to be at Comic-Con next week.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. We'll be here on the show. We're going to come on the show.
Yes.
And we have panels at Nerd HQ and at the actual Comic-Con.
What are your panels?
On Friday and Saturday.
All right, y'all check them out.
And we got exclusive comic book too.
Yay!
What? Yes. Check that out. Yeah, come on, check it out.
Check it out.
Still ahead, Seth Green's here to talk about his upcoming season of Robot Chicken and his plans for Comic-Con. Stick around. I did not know how to do that.
The feed is brought to you by eHarmony.com, where first dates have a better chance of becoming something more.
Sit around and play with toys all day. Seth Green is a lucky man. I almost said McFarlane. I'm so sorry.
Oh boy, the invisible jet!
Up, Aquaman.
Let's go, buddy! I'm coming! Ow!
Psych!
Ow!
Last one of the party can't fly. You're gonna be the last one of the party because you can't fly.
Fine, I'll just swim there.
All right, Seth Green, welcome. That's so exciting. I am a huge fan. I love Robot Chicken, and
I love you too.
It's so great. It's so great to be here and talk to you guys about this because you got the DC universe now on Robot Chicken. Let's talk a little bit about Aquaman, who's just in that clip right there.
Yes.
So Aquaman is finally getting the attention he deserves with you, right?
Yeah, well, I've always felt like Aquaman gets a little bit of a bad rap, and he's the butt of so many jokes, and any attempts to make him serious or give him pathos have just been met with an audience that wants to laugh at him. So we thought we'd meet that really head on and just have him dissatisfied with his treatment and exact revenge on the Justice League.
So he kind of becomes a super villain in this a little bit.
In this, he joins the Legion of Doom.
I love it. I feel like that's the right way to go. I mean, because, you know, like, you're right. He doesn't get the respect of the Submariner. The Submariner's cool. It's whatever. He's the orange jumpsuit. It's terrible. So this is DC. Is that your favorite? Are you a DC guy or a Marvel guy?
I mean, my split is pretty even because I have favorite characters in both universes.
Who's your favorite DC guys?
Batman.
Yeah. Oh, Batman's the best.
Yeah.
And would you?
Batman's just a dude.
Yeah.
Like
no powers.
At the end of the day, he doesn't have any powers. He's just rich and crazy.
That's why I even want to see this new Batman movie. Like, he's walking around with a cane. He can be hurt. Like Batman. Like it's just a guy he'd be a crazy person. He's like that guy in Seattle who runs around with money.
Yes, exactly. Except that all the other superheroes are scared of him.
Yeah.
Like if you read any Justice League stuff or any Batman stories, Superman, all the other guys are like, oh, I fight Darkseid or I'll fight Lex Luthor, but Batman freaks me out.
Because at least Superman's like, I come from a planet and I'm strong here. Batman's like, I'm crazy and I'll do anything. It's like the guy it's like fighting a homeless guy. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's like there's too many things. He might just bite your face off. So now I imagine every time you watch Robot Chicken, there's amazing voices in there. Did you get some great people for this?
It's been a really crazy year where we asked for a lot of people and people said yes. We had Sam Elliott come on.
Whoa! Sam Elliott's the best guy.
I know, and it was just like it's hard to describe how awesome that experience is because Sam Elliott is just like such a dude. Yeah. Such a like masculine.
Was he wearing a cowboy hat when he went into the studio?
No, but his hair was flowing and he had a beautiful mustache.
I love that mustache.
When he came into the studio, I was like, all right, Sam, so blah, 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 we're gonna do this. He goes, let's just take a second, son. Let's talk about this character. And I was like, I love that this is happening in my real life. Yeah.
Oh my God! What, can you tell us what he plays, or?
He played a bunch of things.
Oh wow! So you got him to do multiple things.
Most people that come on, we have him play 3 characters, and then usually all 3 of those sketches make it to air. But in this, we cast him specifically because we had this celebration of white wine. It's like a 3-beat of commercials for white wine, and the catchphrase I can't say on the air, but it's white wine, F yeah, you know.
Man,
and it's pretty. Hearing him say that was just.
I feel like I want to see that commercial nonstop now. Comic-Con's coming up next week.
It's true.
You're going to be there, right?
I will.
What's the plan for Comic-Con? Because I feel like you and I both go, we're fans, first of all. So, like, do you have a plan of how to attack Comic-Con when you're there?
Well, I've been coming to Comic-Con for a long time, and I know that hall really well, probably better than the security teams that are in there.
And that's a tough security team because that's, look, I'm a nerd. That's nerds with power, and they will shut you down.
Over the last 10 years, though, I've made friends with a lot of them and at least made agreeable deals. And also, I'm real nice.
Right.
I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
But typical of Comic-Con, I reached out to my few nerdy hunter friends. We put a strategy in place for the exclusives that we're looking for. And
what do you like? When you go to Comic-Con this year, what are you looking for?
Well, there's all kinds of stuff. There's the exclusives that are just on the list.
Yeah.
Like Gentle Giant has a 12-inch blue snaggletooth. I'm gonna try and get that.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you see the 7-foot or the 4-foot long?
The air carrier.
Yeah, the air carrier.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get that.
I don't think I want that.
No.
But it's still cool in thought process. It's a cool thing to have. Yeah.
Well, it's just like the old Joe aircraft carrier where finally there's this epic. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That Joe aircraft carrier was the best thing. I also had that Cobra Fortress where the top opened
The
up.
Terradrome.
Yeah, Terradrome. The
Now you're
best.
speaking my language.
So the snaggletooth you want, and then
Hasbro's got a bunch of cool Marvel stuff, and Mattel's got a bunch of cool stuff too.
have you ever gotten like a cool piece of like swag from like just somebody, hey, have this, take this?
Well, one of the no, not like that. I mean, I got cool stuff from stuff that I've worked on,
Right.
but not a lot of like takeaways from other people.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing something that's pretty cool with Tokidoki, a Stupid
really?
Monkey. Yeah, we're doing a T-shirt, Stupid Monkey and Tokidoki.
Oh wow!
I think we're gonna sign them too.
That's great. So this will be like a limited edition Comic-Con exclusive.
Super duper limited.
What does it look like?
It's the Cactus Girl and Stupid Monkey with a cape and a mask on, and they're both flying.
Oh, that's awesome. And where can people go get that?
That'll be a Tokidoki.
All right, Tokidoki. All right, that's really great.
And
now,
we're also doing another thing for our CDC where we're signing Superman and Batman like Mego style figures.
Oh, yeah.
With a sticker that says RCDC on it.
Now, I want to ask you about the show. You just had your 100th episode, right?
Yes, we did.
And I noticed that. So good. Congratulations. And I noticed that the theme song changed up because normally it was the chicken being resuscitated by the doctor, and then this one now.
Well, for the 6th season, what we're gonna do is, since in the 100th episode the chicken broke free and is no longer imprisoned by the scientist, we're gonna match that opening with the head on the road and the table and the this and the that. Except the roles are reversed, and now it's the chicken and the scientist is on the table, and he'll make him into a robot.
I love it. I love it. This show is amazing.
Spoiler alert, but
I hope for another 100 more episodes.
Thank you.
Give it up to Seth Green. Check him out. Check out the Robot Chicken DC Comics special on Adult Swim this fall, and catch Seth at San Diego Comic-Con next week. Now over to Candace.
Thanks, Paul. It's time to attack this summer stuff. Let's face it, jet skis aren't as cool as they used to be. But now you can hit the water in style with the Jetovator. Part Sea-Doo, part motorcycle, the Jetovator uses the discharge from the tethered watercraft to launch riders up to 30 feet into the air or dive down 10 feet underwater. It speeds up to 25 miles per hour. I am dying to try this. We have to do this. Showing off at the lakes is gonna cost you though. The full Jetovator kit runs around 9,000 big ones. But hey, maybe we can rent one? Yeah, why not? When it's close to the triple digits outside, firing up a grill is probably the last thing on your mind. But that is about to change thanks to the elements. This smokeless cooking tech uses the propane and electric elements of your stove to heat up lava rocks, providing you with a way to capture that delicious barbecue flavor while remaining within the air-conditioned comfort of your home. The element isn't headed to production lines for another month or so, but you can pre-order yours today for $225. And finally, sizzling days can lead to sweaty nights. Unless you're equipped with the bed fan. This is so weird. Rather than blowing air over the top of your covers like traditional fans, the bed fan is placed at the foot of your mattress where it sends a light breeze underneath your covers to keep you cool. Why not just sleep with no blanket on? I don't get it. It even comes paired with a wireless remote so you don't have to get up to control its intensity. Say goodbye to uncomfortable night sweats with the bed fan for only $100. Up next, Matt Meyer reviews Acer's new tablet, so stick around.
What happens next?
It's time for some scooter tricks. So what happens next? Does he fall on his face? Does he hit a nearby onlooker with his scooter? Or does he smash his nuts on the handlebars? We'll have the answer after the break. tricks. So what happens next? Does he fall on his face? Does he hit a nearby onlooker with his scooter? Or does he smash his nuts on the handlebars? That's what you get for hanging out with kids who take scooters to skate parks.
And did you know that companies besides Apple makes tablets?
Lies!
I don't know why they do, but it's true. Here is Matt Meyer. Hey, Matt Meyer. Today we are looking at the first 10-inch Android tablet to boast a 1080p display. This is the Acer A700 Iconia Tab.
Yeah, take a look at this
Ooh.
thing. It's a pretty nice piece of hardware.
Pretty.
It is very pretty.
Looks just like an iPad.
Well, don't they all? It looks almost exactly like the Acer 510, actually, this is a 10.1-inch Android tablet. It's a lot more widescreen than the iPad, and it has a 16:9 ratio, which is kind of weird when you hold it vertically and you're like that guy.
Yeah.
Why is his iPad all stretched out? I'm sorry it came this way. But it does have a textured back, which is nice for grip, but it does make it feel cheap and kind of hollow.
Yeah, it feels like you bought something from Chinatown. It really does feel like it can break at any second.
I might have. On the side, you have micro SD and micro HDMI. It comes with 32 gigs of internal storage, though, so you probably might, you're not going to need to expand it that much.
Especially when you throw it away in a couple months.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's that.
Not throw it away, but you gotta throw it.
Paul, this isn't a terrible device. On the top, there's a volume rocker with some little nubs. There's like 2 nubs that tell you that volume is up or down. It's interesting.
This has got a volume control on it.
Yeah. There are stereo speakers on the bottom, though, which are spaced like that. So you get actual separation between the channels, which is nice.
That's very exciting.
But it's a lot tinnier than the iPad speakers.
All right, but now this 10-inch screen is pretty high res, but not the Retina display territory, right?
Yeah, no, this is not Retina display territory. It is an Android tablet, but it is one of the better screens we've seen. Let me turn that back on.
Yeah,
Where's the button? I
See,
did
it's
it,
so
you
easy
guys.
to use. It's easy to use. The Braille thing says "return me."
It doesn't. I swear to God. There it is. It's got a 1920 by 1200 resolution. The color reproduction is actually very good.
Oh, look at that.
The viewing angles they're not great. It's not 180 degrees. This is not in-plane switching.
Okay.
It does seem to have a lot of glare, though.
Ooh, that's a good selling point.
Not really, Paul. More than the iPad, but overall the screen brightness is good. And the touch screen, it's a little of that Android lag.
Tell me more. Glare, laggy, and it feels weird. What else?
Well, listen.
Where can I buy this?
It doesn't feel weird. It's very fingerprinty and very glary. But more often than not, I did find myself having to hit the screen 2 or 3 times to get it to launch. But that is not atypical for a Android tablet.
I like it because it makes you double think, like, do I really want to open this app? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, oh, there it is. It's open. Now, there's a quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor in there. So how fast is this thing?
It's actually pretty fast. The tablet's running all the latest stuff, including Android 4.0, which is Ice Cream Sandwich, and it really shines on the device. Of course, Google just announced 4.1 Jelly Bean, and having Android Ice Cream Sandwich out for 10 months, now it's only on 10% of the devices, which means that this guy, maybe, someday, might get that new thing.
So out of the box, it's already not up to date.
Well, that's a relative term to Android, Paul.
No, I love all Acer tabs.
Yeah, that did not sound believable at all. It does have the standard Acer overlay on here. So what it does is you get that launch ring on there, which is nice. You can jump to tasks and things like that. Opening apps, switching between tasks, it's very, very smooth because the Tegra 3 processor is actually a really nice processor.
That's great. It'll probably be smoother when the Jelly Bean comes out, right?
Yeah, probably, if you get it.
Now, it has a 5-megapixel camera, right, on the front, and in the back.
It's got the front-facing camera is 1 megapixel. Back is 5 megapixels.
Oh, wow. So how was that? How does that work out? They couldn't chip in for the extra 4?
Well, listen, it turns out to be just okay. 5 megapixels was fine a year ago.
Sure.
The camera looks actually worse than it is because
I actually had a 1 megapixel camera on my Razer phone.
Yeah, I did
too.
too.
It's very nice.
Actually, I think the Razer was 1.7 megapixels. I'm not 100% sure, but that might be exactly what it was. But the image is being scaled up on the screen, so it's going to look grainier than it actually is in native resolution. The front-facing camera is 1 megapixels, which is nice if you want to video chat with someone who loves pixelation.
Well, the good thing is you can talk to someone in the nude and all your junk will be blurred out.
It does it for you.
Yeah,
It's a feature.
No, I know battery life is a big deal for these tablets. How much battery life can we expect? And does it take AA batteries?
It does not take AA batteries yet. You're going to get a little over 8 hours of battery life on this, which is an hour less than the iPad, and it's actually 2 hours down from the last Acer Iconia, so the F510.
Wow. All right, so it's going backwards.
Yeah, it's going a little bit backwards, but you know, it's a reasonably priced tablet, and it's a pretty good battery life. It's not the worst battery life in the world.
No, I actually am making fun of it. The Android tablets are pretty good. I mean, look, I'm an iPad loyalist, so but I mean,
Loyalist.
I'm a loyalist. But you can get this thing for only $449.
Yeah.
So I mean, what would you say the verdict is? I mean, when you put it all together,
factoring in the price.
Can I take a guess?
Everything we just said, take a guess.
5 out of 5.
You are wrong. It's actually, we're gonna give this a 3 out of 5.
Okay. All right.
3 out of 5. It's kind of in the middle of the road. It's a very good Android tablet. It's able to run apps with little hesitation. The only downside, I think, is the plasticky construction. It is a little cheap feeling.
Sure.
And the viewing angle and lag on the touchscreen are a little bit much. But that being said, $449. You're getting yourself an Android tablet. It's ice cream sandwich, and it's 32 gigs, and that's not too shabby. $449.
I think that should be on the box. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
That is it for today's Gadgetron. And now a special message from Candace.
Most plane crashes are not a reason to celebrate. But Lost is returning to G4! Beginning with the crash of Oceanic Flight 815 and going all the way to What's-His-Face's funeral at the end. The first episode airs this Monday night. Stick around, we'll pull the ripcord on today's epic fail. On the next Attack of the Show. Comedian Mark Maron from the WTF podcast will be here to take over co-hosting duties. Then Daily Show correspondent John Oliver will be here live to chat about his Comedy Central series, John Oliver's New York Stand-Up Show. Also, The Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman joins us live to get us ready for Comic-Con. Plus on Gadgetron, Matt Meyer rates the Samsung Galaxy S3. And Chris Gore checks out new DVD releases, including American Reunion and Comic-Con Episode 4 of Fans Hope. Coming up next week on AOTS. Guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for today's epic fail.
What?
Yep, it's true. You know, when base jumping, make sure you have a parachute.
But
a parachute.
If for some reason you can't find one, just use whatever's around to break your fall.
Did he die?
He should. You should not be jumping like that. Because the Earth is the world's biggest, hardest parachute. He found that out firsthand.
Fail that man's technique.
Yeah, big time. My body hurts from that. That is not fun to watch.
Oh my
I wish he had one of those little cameras though to record it, like one of those on his head. Just like that. Oh man.
Special thanks to Seth Green.
Thank you very much. This is the last one of my live shows. Thank you guys so much.
Tomorrow, we have tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Good night.